Man, were y'all friends? Were like when she was with Kris? Are you one of the cats that you would kind of talk to her like, oh, it's okay, or it's, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
I know what you're saying.
Kanye and Kim are a legendary power couple. They've got a combined net worth of around $500 million, which is not bad for being a dollar store Bay and J. Their high-profile relationship has always made headlines, but what a lot of people don't know is just how this attention-seeking juggernaut of a power couple ended up getting together. Well, let's start at the beginning. Kim's relationship history starts at the ripe age of 19 when she married irrelevant music producer Damon Thomas. I know what you're thinking. Who the hell is that? Well, the real answer is no one knows. I mean, the guy's Wikipedia link on Kim Kardashian's wiki page just takes you through to a shared page for the production duo, the Underdogs. I mean, the page doesn't even have a picture, but it turns out that he had played a role in producing hits in the 90s and noughties for the likes of Lionel Richie, Chris Brown, and even Justin Timberlake. This doesn't sound like the best relationship, and even Kim herself admitted in an interview that she was actually high on ecstasy during the marriage. It was actually around 2002, while Kim was still married to what's-his-name, that she actually met Kanye West during a recording session with her friend and sister of Ray J, Brandy. She said that after this meeting, Kanye started asking around about her, and this is where his infatuation started. I can only assume that Kanye was asking questions like, who are you? What do you do? No, really, what do you do? All questions that we still don't have answers to this day. Her divorce from Who's His Face actually took place not too long after the Kanye meeting. Now, Damon Thomas was actually the one who filed for divorce, but Kim Kardashian has said in interviews that he was abusive both mentally and physically, so I guess it turns out that Ray J didn't actually hit it first. But regardless, she actually ended up dating Ray J in 2003, actually before the divorce was finalized. It was around this time in 2003 that that infamous sex tape was made, though it didn't end up leaking until 2007. Now, I will say that I'm fairly well acquainted with that sex tape, and I did have to watch it several times for research for this video. Research. I was initially a little bit concerned that it might have been fake, so for the sake of you, the viewer, I made sure that I made extra effort, spending hours and even days pausing, rewinding, leaving, and then coming back to that same video. And I still am not really sure whether or not it's fake, so I'm going to keep working on that for you for the next few weeks. You're welcome. And it was actually many years from this point that he would begin courting her, or even being able to say her name correctly.
Man, have you ever seen Kim Kardashian?
So after her split with Ray J, she was rumored to have had on-off relationships with lots of different high-profile stars, including ball player and the inventor of terrible weed, Reggie Bush.
Kanye's first photo together was at this party in 2007, but Kim had actually just started dating football player Reggie Bush.
Kim Kardashian also got piped down by legendary Compton rapper The Game, who spit some pretty disrespectful lyrics about this later in his career, and also even way back then in 2006 actually made a song about clout-chasing thoughts with Kanye West. And of course, she also went out with Nick Cannon for a little while before he ended things with her because she lied about her sex tape. Now here's where Kanye and Kim's relationships begin to intertwine. And you might remember that early in Kanye's career, he was dating and eventually ended up engaged to a woman named Alexis, who he shouted out on several of his songs. Now that relationship took place between 2002 right up until 2008. And it was actually around the time that Kanye West's mother tragically passed away during complications in surgery that this breakup took place. And it was Kanye feeling the effects of this breakup as well as the loss of his mother that contributed to the motivation for him to create the dark album 808s and Heartbreak. It was also around this time that he started wearing ridiculous glasses, and I suppose that we all deal with our grief in different ways. But following that breakup, Kanye West ended up dating ex-stripper and super thought Amber Rose from 2008 to 2010. Amber was actually there for some real career lows for Kanye West, including his embarrassing moment where he interrupted Taylor Swift at the VMAs, and of course, for his relationship with Amber Rose. Kanye West, being the fashionista that he is, always played a part in Amber's wardrobe choices, and as you can see from this picture, he made the very smart decision to dress Amber in a very uniquely designed outfit that would allow him to use computer-generated motion capture technology to digitally replace her with a much more stable partner in future. Now, Kanye West and Amber Rose broke up around 2010, reportedly as a result of him being far too wrapped up in his recording of the Dark Twisted Fantasy album. Funnily enough, Amber actually went on to date terrible weed enthusiast Reggie Bush before upgrading herself to a man with a much better taste for weed, Wiz Khalifa. But it's in October 2010 that things seemed to get really juicy, and Kim Kardashian ended up hooking up with ball player Kris Humphries, and they eventually ended up tying the knot and getting married in 2011. It was around this time that Kim actually decided to release a fragrance, and no, I'm not saying in a polite way that she farted, she actually released her own perfume. This perfume was called Kim Kardashian Love and was released to coincide with her wedding. This was a very unique scent in that it smelled pretty good and sweet for about 72 days before wearing off and beginning to smell like hot garbage. That wedding was actually filmed and showcased in a 2-part special for E! Entertainment Television, which is great because Kim Kardashian is used to getting married on E! But that marriage didn't last long and they were filing for divorce only 72 days later. Many people suggested that this marriage was a publicity stunt or a sham and just a way for them to make money. But interestingly, Kim Kardashian actually won a lawsuit against somebody who claimed to be her ex-manager who had made these claims. So for the purposes of this video and me not getting sued, I don't agree with that. No, I don't agree with that. No, I don't agree with that. So for some reason, Kanye West was actually still interested in Kim at this point. In fact, they famously had dinner together at a post-Grammys party at the luxury members club Soho House. And Kim has recounted in several interviews that she actually hid her wedding ring during this dinner in order not to disappoint Kanye. Yeah, nice try, Kim. I don't know what's more tragic, Kanye West finding out that the woman he loves is already married, or Kanye West finding out that in 2010 he was actually 6 years too old to use the legendary under 27s discount at Soho House that provides 50% off members' foods through Sundays and Mondays. Shout out Soho House one time. Now, interestingly, Kanye has made it no secret that he was chirpsing Kim around this time, and he has said in interviews that he was often sending her messages and pictures of washed up old ball players, telling her that that's how her husband was gonna end up at the time. Salty. Supposedly, Kanye West had actually bought his first mobile phone for the pure purpose of chirpsing up Kim Kardashian with pictures.
I got a phone because somebody decided they wanted to marry Kris Humphries, and I was like, I need to call her or something. And so I started sending her pictures of like certain basketball players that used to be cool, that now they wear their pants like all the way up. This is your future.
He even made reference to the fact that he was in love with her while she was still with Kris Humphries in his song Theraflu, which ended up being renamed Cold. Reportedly at this point, Kanye West had actually secretly been courting Kim for a number of years. And it's even been said that he'd actually received nudes from Kim Kardashian whilst he was still going out with Amber Rose.
So around the time Kim was being courted by Kris, Kanye was falling in love with Kim Kardashian. During this, he was dating Amber Rose, and Amber Rose has very publicly criticized Kim and said that she was sending Kanye naked pictures of herself all this time while he was actually engaged to Amber.
And Kim herself actually admitted that she was the one that pursued Kanye for 6 months after she finalized her divorce from Kris Humphries.
I think it was more me pursuing him, like, I know I am ready, I promise I'm ready now.
Kim actually said that she made the first move and that she thought Kanye would have reached out to her once she became newly single, but he didn't, so she got in touch with him.
So I thought he was gonna call me as soon as he knew that I was single again.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And so I called him and I said, hello.
But things really heated up for this couple around the time of Kanye West and Jay-Z's joint album, Watch the Throne. Kanye has even suggested in interviews that part of the reason that he made this huge album was to impress Kim.
I put on a whole Watch the Throne concert just so I could court Kim Kardashian and turn her to Kim Kardashian West. I say, I need Jay-Z to be my rap partner. I need a cube with some Shark Tanks. You know, it worked out.
And it was around this time that Kanye West invited Kim out to come and see his fashion show in Paris, and it's reported that it was at this point that she knew that he was the only one.
I knew he was the one when I went to his Paris fashion show.
So that's how they met, and you know the story from then on. They got together and actually started dating around 2012. They ended up having their first child together north in 2013, and they famously got married at a huge ceremony in Italy in 2014. Honestly, I actually find it quite heartwarming to know how Kim and Kanye got together and all of the details of their whirlwind romance. And through the course of doing research for this video, I personally feel like I've become a little bit of an expert on relationships. So I'd like to introduce you to a very special new segment, Agony Aunt Ross. Katie from California says, Ross, I'm an attractive young female influencer looking to get the attention of attractive men and taking my career off. How do you suggest that I take things to the next level? Thanks. Well, Katie, the first thing I'd recommend you do is you reach out to R&B singer and complete scumbag Ray J and try and get a little casting session going. Hopefully that'll take your career to the next level, and if it doesn't, don't forget you can always blame ecstasy. Good luck. Steve from Chichester says that he's got a girl that he really likes, but he's worried she's a little bit out of his league. How can I get her attention and make her mine? Well, Steve, this is an easy fix. All you've got to do is win 22 Grammys, make a collaborative album with Jay-Z, and launch a terrible fashion collection of pastel-colored clothes with rips in, and she'll be all yours. You're welcome, Steve. And the final message here comes from Kim from Calabasas. This is quite a short one. It just says, help me, and it appears to be written in blood. Okay. Hope you liked that video. If you did, make sure that you like and subscribe below. Hit the notification bell so you can see every single time I upload. And if you've been liking my work and you want to support the channel even more, definitely head on over to the Trap Law Ross merch store. I've got a lot of cool t-shirts in there. And you might notice I'm not actually wearing one of my own merch t-shirts at this time. The reason for that actually is because I recorded this video a few hours ago and then I noticed there was something wrong with the edit, but I'd already got changed and got ready and gone and done some other errands. So my merch had gone in the laundry by that point, but still going, let me see if I've got something for you. Go and cop one of my Trap Law Ross tees in the merch store if you want to rep the channel to the next level, and make sure that you do wear that Trap Law Ross t-shirt over at least 3 or 4 layers of thick jumper whilst it's the winter, because there's no better way to enjoy a Trap Law Ross tee than in absolute boiling heat covered in your own sweat. So I appreciate everybody that's been copying merch recently in the store. You guys really make it possible for me to keep taking the channel to the next level. I just really appreciate it. And everybody that's been supporting me on Patreon, you guys are legends. I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that's supporting. And if you aren't supporting on Patreon, go check out the Patreon. I've got some cool videos there that aren't on the main channel, videos that have been taken down, old videos from my many years of making YouTube with no success at all. So go and check those out. Check me out on Patreon. Check out the store. Subscribe. Keep supporting. I appreciate everybody that's been watching. So until next time, thanks very much and peace out.